Age planner, as Mike spoke about up front a little bit earlier. Again, 3025 model being 30-foot of machine using 25 series road unit, A standing for air meter, and H standing for individual hoppers we have here. We have a lot of planners in our lineup, a lot of central fill planners. But in this regard, we're talking about an individual hopper planner here. Years ago, we introduced the bigger brother machine to this in 40-footer, and a lot of the market has been asking us for get it down to 30-foot, get it down to transportation narrow, get it down to more areas being able to use it. It started as a planner for the South. 3-Point was very well noted to be a planner for the South. But as we move on to Corn Belt areas and so on, they'll find a need and a use for this because of its multiple roll spacings. It's easy transportability. It might be number 1 planter on their farm, planting their corn. It might be number 2 planter on their farm, only planting soybeans. But here we have a versatile, very versatile unit, and I think you'll see why as we go through the pieces on the machine. Looking at it, I've got this numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4, which comes right off of our banner here, and that'll give you some idea of what our main points on this machine is. And number 1 being the road unit. Again, the 25 series road unit, as Mike took you through that a little bit up front. That's the workhorse. Frames are frames, or frames is frames. You somehow have to get that seed to the ground, and it really gets down to the heart of the machine, being the road unit and how we do it. This row unit's been with us for a long time, and it has capabilities of getting us down to 10-inch spacing and going all the way out to 40-inch row spacings. It's a good narrow frame design, narrow all the way through the road unit, and that gives us capabilities of getting it into the narrow road units. But don't shortchange it there. It's very well built, and the way we mount it to the frame, I encourage you to come up and look at the thickness of the steel. I'm an iron man. I love seeing the thickness of steel, the weld, the paint jobs, and how we put it together. Bringing it on back, we've got ductile cast iron beams for our parallel link. A lot of the competition out there uses a 4-link steel parallel link system. That's susceptible to twisting and movement in the field and so on. We chose to keep this row unit narrow. We went to the ductile cast iron beams, as you see here. Within that row unit, the way we mount the parallel link and the pivot systems are very unique to the industry too. And we could go deeply into that if you'd like to. On top, we have the road unit down pressure system, and that has through 550-pound capabilities. So you've got a lot of flexibility there. Just a real clean, real narrow, allowing us to put twin row configurations together 8 inches apart, a really well-built row unit. Coming on down through the body of the row unit, you'll see that we have faceplate here where we can have no-till holders on it and row cleaners and such. That's very popular in the industry. Getting right to the ground would be the double disc, as you see here. That's basically the heaviest in the business. That's a 15-inch double tapered blade with 4mm thickness, 205 bearing. That's where the rubber meets the road, folks. You've got to have the iron where you should have the iron. Inside, unfortunately we don't have this in the part, but inside we have a blade separator in between there that keeps your blades at a certain position all the way across the field, but it also captures my seed tube and keeps that seed tube in place. That's very important. A lot of the competition, the seed tubes hang from higher mounts, and at that point that seed tube could be moving and into the double disc. So we got a lot of features on the blade separator. Coming on back, this is a very important part here, and that's simply a cam system where we can keep that side gauge wheel at a perfect position to the double disc at ground height. That's what we're trying to do. We've got to keep that tire in that position to gauge the road unit depth correctly, but also keep dirt and mud from getting between the inside of the tire and the blade. On these side gauge wheels, those are offered in various widths from 2.5 through 4 inches, you see on this. Coming on back, we get at our closing wheel application right here, our mount, excuse me, I should say. We've done a lot of things with there, and we've got several closing wheel choices available. 1.5 by 12 in double E, 1.25 by 13 wedge wheel, which has been a very popular option. And then we get to our spider wheels as we have here. That's a piece we patented many years ago, and it works very well for no-till and min-till situations, as well as conventional. But as you see how this wheel is working, it actually zips that ground back together just like the zipper on your coat. On another planter over here, we're even showing cast wheels for the South Country, the Mississippi Delta, and so on. You know, all that's all good and well with this rodeo. That's how we're going to get the seed to the ground. But how we're going to get that seed meter is then the heart of the rodeo. What we're going to talk from there is our AirPro meter. Thus labels you see here. This came out about 09. It's been a tremendous asset to our lineup. We went to the AirPro meter because we needed a meter that had a lot of less torque for driving, because our drive torques were getting so high with the finger pickup and so on. So we went to this rodeo. It's a little different than a lot of others on the market, because a lot of others are a vacuum system. We chose to go to a positive air displacement, a pressurized meter. There's a lot of advantage to go to pressure over vacuum. It's a nice clean road unit with several choices of meter wheels. We're able to do corn, beans, wheat, canola, milo, and on and on and on. This is a very versatile meter. When I say canola, that's big in the end.